Welcome back to Switcher Studio, and if you can't tell, I love Halloween. There's nothing better than getting into the spooky season with fall walks and decorations and, most importantly, scary movies. But if you're like me, Halloween doesn't just make you want to watch scary movies, it makes you want to make one yourself. And with the like-minded people of Switcher Studio, that's exactly what we did. But not just one scary movie, 3 scary movies. Short scary movies. But how did we make 3 short films in just 2 weeks while working our day jobs? Well, we did it the easy way, with iPhones, live editing, and the Switcher Studio iOS app. This idea became our first Switcher Film Fest, and we had just a few ground rules. It had to be a vertical 9x16 orientation, it had to be made in Switcher Studio, and it had to be under 2 minutes in length. But isn't Switcher Studio a live production app? Wrong. Well, it is, but it's also a powerful video production tool by doing what we call pre-recording. Pre-recording in Switcher Studio means using all the Switcher Studio features like custom graphics, multicam, and more, just like you would with a live video, but recording it to use later. This lets you create a polished video with lower thirds and multiple camera angles, all in just one sitting, and it's ready to use as soon as you hit stop. And so for the Film Fest, we separated into 3 teams and got to work planning and shooting. For my team, Team 1, we made sure to have a clear plan and outline before we started filming. We thought about how we could use Switcher features to add to the story, and we settled on multi-views and the push transition. Switcher has lots of transitions to use when switching between sources, and multi-views let you show multiple camera angles at once, either side by side or picture in picture. Once we found our direction, we created an outline and shot list for filming day. But even though we had all those planning elements, we still made a lot of decisions on the fly day of filming. But that's the advantage of a condensed toolkit with iPhones and iPads. You can change direction and add new ideas because all you have to do is pick up the iPhone to change scenes. And we actually shot a lot of this handheld to get unique angles that we couldn't get on the tripod. Speaking of shooting, we ran our production on an iPad as the main Switcher device and then connected a camera to that to use as the main camera. This actually proved super useful because the iPad acted as a field monitor that everyone else could watch while I had the main camera in my hands. Then we could watch the takes immediately after on the large iPad screen and pick the best one. We went through and shot a few takes of every scene we needed, and then Jared and Jordan, 2 audio experts, picked up a few sounds like creaking doors and footsteps and music boxes and things like that. Then it was time to edit, and being a video producer who usually uses Adobe Premiere and After Effects, I was admittedly really nervous about this process, but I was extremely surprised because it turned out to be incredibly easy. And I mean that, incredibly easy. So what I did was go through each scene and find the best take. Then I just placed them in the sources menu and arranged them in order of when they appeared in the scene. And since we wanted to use multi-views and the push transition for our theme, I just readied those effects and played them when I needed. This took a few tries to get the timing down right, but overall this was much faster than my normal post-production workflow. And once I had a clean edit, I sent that off to audio expert Jordan for music and sound effects, and this was the result. Not bad. especially considering the time frame it was produced in. It was about 2 hours of planning, 2 hours of shooting, and 20 minutes of live editing. Now, is it perfect? Yes, but no. But that's okay, because the most important part is we actually made it instead of letting the idea just waste away. Now let's hear from the other teams of how they made their short films with Switcher Studio.
So I'm from Team 2, and our Switcher short spooky film is called Ghost in the Machine. Some of the challenges that we had were not only figuring out how to create the haunted look, but also how to do that with remote team members. So half of our team was in the same place, and then half of our team was in other cities. One way that we did that was actually framing it so that everything was shot basically first person. So it looked like it was from the viewpoint of the actual phone screen, which we found lent itself to sort of the theme. Probably the biggest thing that we learned how to do was actually use a screen share as an overlay by making it transparent. And the cool thing is you can actually do that for, a full screen like we did, but also you could do a scoreboard or a timer, or use it just in, a corner or like the lower half of your screen. So there's a lot of different ways that you can make that happen, which we all thought was just really neat. So definitely excited to see how other people use that feature in the future.
The tricky part was mainly to stitch different shots together. So you have to have the exact precise timing to do all the clicks on the screen. One run to stick all the scenes after the other with the good transition. And after that, another one to add the audio effects on the final cut. I used the Stinger transition for the logo. And other than that, for the Switcher Studio features, I used lower thirds, and credit title is also one of the Switcher Studio title screen. Tim actually wrote and recorded the music for the film. So
Yeah.
that was really awesome.
I had a lot of fun doing that. I think the moment that we decided like Archie's AV or Archie's electronics, like a jingle automatically popped in my head. I was like, I have to sit down and write this.
Formatting for the vertical mode was also, I guess, like a challenge, or like how to fit people in like the frame. Prior to this, I hadn't really shot anything like any sort of film stuff on iPhones or whatever. It's like an underrated way of doing it, and it's just kind of impressive with like everything that was done and like kind of some of the limitations. Like I'm still really happy with how it came out, and there wasn't like a lot of stress. Like a lot of it was kind of just fun to do, and effort/challenge quotient versus like kind of the end product was just way kind of, the ratio was a lot better than I kind of had expected.
Come on down.
Oh my god!
What was that? Was that a deer?
Electronics and more. We sell VCRs and laser discs. Archie's Electronics.
We gotta tell the cops.
I'm not going to jail.
Yeah, we can't do that.
No, absolutely not.
We have to do the only thing we can do. We have to make this to where it never happened. He's back.
Archie's Electronics. Sorry I can't get to the phone right now. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Oh my god. Is this just some sick joke?
Maybe, but no one else knows, right?
You know, I wouldn't have said anything. I was the one driving.
And I was the one that covered it up. I'm not saying anything either.
I can't do this again.
What are we gonna do?
Where'd he go?
He was just right there.
You don't think it could be? What if it's him? What if it's Archie?
That's crazy. He has to be around here somewhere. He's probably just messing with us. Right?
So that's how we made quality short films fast and efficiently, and we learned unique ways to use Switcher Studios' production features along the way. Let us know in the comments or on social if you end up using some of these techniques to make your own short films or other video. Check out the Switcher Studio Help Center for articles and tutorials on some of the features we discussed, and be sure to download the Switcher Studio iOS app so you can try out these great video tools for yourself. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on video, and I'll see you next week.